In this lecture, we're going to apply the Chapter 2 intro concepts to the coding challenge SavageCrack. I'm going to jump into Kali Linux here, and I've already started SavageCrack, where I've imported a few libraries, pyfiglet, termcolor, and hashlib, and I took the disclaimer and header from SavageScan and modified it for SavageCrack. And also I added a loot icon here to make a $sign in green. So when we crack the password, we'll be able to highlight that in green. All right, so the headers prints, the disclaimer prints. At this point, if we run this, all you see is a header and a disclaimer right now. So let's go ahead and code out the challenge where we build a basic password cracker. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and prompt the user for the hash to crack. And we'll just use the input function. So input that allow us to display a prompt, enter hash. I'm going to put MD5. We'll just use MD5. MD5 hash to crack. And we're going to ask for a word list. So word list, and we'll go ahead and use input, enter path to word list. Next, we'll convert the hash to MD5. So, oh, we don't need to do that. We're going to prompt for the hash. So the next thing we need to do is open up the word list. So we'll use the context manager with open. And we want to go to the word list. And it's open for read by default. That's fine. Let's give it an alias of F. And then we'll just do line or words in there are, we'll just do F dot read lines. Remember, the context manager will close the file handle automatically for us, so we don't have to worry about that. We have a list of words. Remember, those words have a new line on it, but we can do forward in words, so we can iterate through them. The first thing we're going to do is strip the new line off. So word equals word dot strip. So that strips off the new line off the end, so we have the same word. Then I can hash it. So I can do if hash lib dot md5 of the word, and remember we have to convert it to bytes because it's a string, dot hex digest is equal to the hash to crack. Then we can go ahead and print um, the loot icon because we found the password, followed by the hash was cracked with password, and then we can put in the word. And that's really all there is to a simple um, password cracking utility. So let's go ahead and save this and run it. But we're going to need a hash. So what I'm going to do is echo Star Wars to MD5 sum and grab this hash to crack. And then we'll use a word list that's already in Kali. So what I'll do is Python 3 SavageCrack. We'll pass in this hash, and then we'll use the USR share word list fast track .txt, and you can see that hash was cracked with the password Star Wars. Now, it doesn't look like we did much, but if we go back and modify this and just print every word we use, so we can just do print, you know, uh, let's use the F string again. info icon and trying password, and we'll just put in the word like this, and we run this again, paste our hash in. You can see we went through all these various passwords to finally find the correct password. One last thing we want to do is we didn't exit here when we find it. That will prevent us from going through the whole word list. And so we'll just call the exit function, which will exit the script. Um, and we'll save this. So that would prevent you. So let's say you got like 14 million passwords or whatever, and you find it in like the first million, you don't have to go through the other 13 million passwords for the script to end. So, and another thing you might want to do instead of printing or something like every time, you could just use a count. So let's just say count equals 0 or 1. And after this, we can do count plus equals 1 to increment it, and then we can just say if count mod 100 equals 0. So if the remainder of dividing count by 100 is 0, which means it's divisible by 100, then we'll print this statement. So it'll only print every 100 tries, and we can save this, rerun it. That way you don't flood the terminal with data. We got to go fix our indentation here. Save that. Paste our hash in. Use our share word. And voila. So it's showing every 100 like this, and then we see that the password's cracked. So you can modify this to say, I'm trying the 100th word, which is password, or whatever you want to do. You can do a lot of different things to prevent flooding the terminal with data. All right, that's it for the solution for the code challenge SavageCrack, creating an MD5 hash cracker, password cracker.